Hi there, I'm Tom and welcome to a Newb Improves, quite possibly the most optimistically named series on YouTube. Today we are playing some more Dota 2 and continuing on with the A to Z challenge with Lion. Now, Lion comes right after Lina in the A to Z challenge and is actually very similar to Lina. I think he's sort of a combination between Lina, a sheepstick, and anti-mage. And I'm going to explain why that is right now. Number one, he has a stun, just like Lina. It's slightly more accurate, I'm going to say. Easier to land than Lina's one. Because this will basically just put a straight line, and anyone caught on the straight line, they get stunned. So really easy to use. I think I do better with this stun than I did with Lina's light strike array. And he also has Finger of Death, which is essentially Laguna Blade. There's no two ways about it. It's Laguna Blade. So those two kind of make him very much like Lina. He has a Hex, which is why I said he's part sheepstick, which will basically turn them into a frog instead of a pig, but it has the same effect. And he has Mana Drain, which is why I said he's kind of like anti-mage. That one's a bit weaker, but that comparison's a bit weaker. But yeah, let's look at these properly. So the stun will do up to 260 damage and up to about 2.5 seconds stun, which is fantastic if you get a couple of cores stuck into it. Hex goes up to a full second duration, and if you want to be a better Lion player than I am, you will, before you go into any fight, you will know exactly what your duration on your Earth Spike is, and you will also know the exact duration of the Hex. And that's for one very simple reason. Yeah, I made a big mistake here. I should have turned around and kept on hitting the Earthshaker. I was dead at that point, no matter what I did. We could have secured the kill. But yeah, the reason you want to know the exact duration of both of them, which isn't something that I did, or did particularly well, is if you hex someone before the stun wears off, then essentially you've got them stunned and hexed at the same time, which is wasting an awful lot of potential there. So if you've got them both maxed, then you've got 2.5 seconds on this and 4 seconds on this, which means that you can stun them for 6.5 seconds. If you cast the hex a second too early, then you're only able to do it for 5.5 seconds, which is obviously very bad. It's gonna lose you something in the team fight. So yeah, if I played him a lot more, then I would definitely be I would definitely be a lot more aware of that. I didn't intend to actually chase down PA here. I basically wanted to stop her chasing the Chaos Knight, and I wanted to get out alive. And I'm just going to harass her some more there. See, I'm getting tons of these stuns on, and we may be able to do something here. I've got my stun up in a few seconds. This is a very low cooldown stun, and here I am using my Mana Drain because I want to keep her at low mana, and I didn't want her to be able to blink, but unfortunately that didn't quite work out for us. I should have been much quicker on the stun after the mana drain wore off. Let's talk about the mana drain for a second. That's probably saying something along the lines of, haha, I got away. But, yeah, I had the mana drain slightly too late there, I think. And again, we didn't quite get it. I don't think I stacked the stuns there, but we weren't in a good position to chase. We have forced them both back out of lane, so that's a good thing. The mana drain, you can get up to 120 mana per second over a 5-second channel time. And if they get more than 1200 units away, then it breaks the mana drain. A very, very handy thing to use. It only costs 10 mana to activate, and you can use it on ranged creeps because they have mana, and you can also use it on any neutral creep who has a mana pool, but I don't think I did that this game. Currently relying on a Clarity to get some mana back. I want to stay kind of away from the PA. Cancel my Clarity, which is what I thought she would do. But then I drained some of her mana. I didn't lose too much on the Clarity. And only a 15-second cooldown it's a 20-second cooldown at this level. I must have not been paying attention for about 5 seconds, but it goes down to a 5-second cooldown, which means you can spam it very well. So if you use this properly, he doesn't have that many mana problems. I am acting very scared now. Yeah, there we go. I'm just going to walk to this side of the fissure. No, the trees blocked me. Nothing I can do here. I should have gone... I don't think I can actually draw on this, but I should have gone past the PA through the trees, and I would have been able to escape. And ooh, she is critting. Ooh, this is not going to be good. We get the kill on the PA, but unfortunately that says it was the Phantom Assassin who got that kill, but it wouldn't have happened if the Earthshaker hadn't been there. And now we've got a Necro in the lane, so I've got to kind of hang farther back than I would normally be hanging back, because he's going to be draining my health. We've got Talwyn down to help us gank, so we should be in a better position fairly shortly. I need to just not tank these creeps though, because I don't really have a very big health pool at the moment, and I've got only 2 armour. So ultimate, which I should be getting at the next level unless I mess that up, is basically lots of damage. It does up to 850 damage on its own, or if you get the scepter it does up to 1025 damage, which is pretty good. And it's got a huge mana cost. The scepter brings the mana cost down slightly at the later level 3, but not massively. So yeah, this is something which you really only want to be using when it can guarantee a kill. I'm not sure how often I use this. We've got Witch Doctor, who can deal tremendous amounts of damage, Chaos Knight, who can deal lots of damage, Wind Ranger and Lina, who can also deal lots of damage. So yeah, I may not be quick enough on this very often in the game, but I know I use it at least once. And there we go. I think that's a pretty good example of the stun hex. I could have hexed slightly earlier before she started moving away. That may have kind of secured us the kill. but it wasn't to be. I have died twice and I've only got 1 kill and no assists, so I'm not doing brilliantly right now. But we are up against a Phantom Assassin and an Earthshaker, both of which can zone me out fairly easily. I would have liked to get a kill on Phantom Assassin there, but I knew that it would have been too dangerous to do that, and I know that I just saw the Earthshaker go past, so I know he's kind of in our jungle, and we're just waiting for I think we've got Lina and Wind Ranger down, so yeah, this isn't going to be good. Yeah, there we go. This went slightly better than I thought it would. I'm now going to be dead for a very long time. And Chaos Knight died as well. And Witch Doctor died. Witch Doctor died in a different lane. So we essentially just traded 3 for 2. And we got some of the heroes who really need farm. Both PA and Necro do very well if they get farmed up. Right now I'm trying to decide which lane to go back to, because I may have been needed over here to just set up a stun or something. But it looks like Witch Doctor has it fairly under control. I may go up there anyway just to try and get a gank, and there's a Phantom Assassin, so I think that's exactly what I will be doing. We've got Lina coming in, and I'll come in as well. Fight's pretty much over by the time I get away, but if I can get a... I should have Hex there. I think the Hex is slightly bigger radius. About the same. So I wouldn't have been able to do anything like that. There we go, I get the Hex, and then we managed to get the kill. Oh, I used my ultimate for that, so I got the kill. I thought it was Lina. See what I mean about them being very similar ultimates? I thought Lina was still with us and she had got that kill. And yeah, I got the stun there. And Witch Doctor finishes off. There is Ogre Magia there. I should be reclaiming mana slightly at this point, using my mana drain. I don't know. I managed to get both of them with a stun there. I'm not sure how much good that'll do. It did just kind of buy us some space. And there is a fly buzzing around my face. The whole marvelous. Yeah, I think I should be... What I'm doing here, basically, I'm trying to find a way to get some mana back, but there's just people all over the place, and I'm definitely dead here. I was draining her mana so she couldn't get away. What I didn't quite realise was that everyone else had died, except Witch Doctor and Chaos Knight, who's in bottom lane. So what I should have done is stunned instead, if I even had the mana for a stun. They're now going to get this tower, which will put them quite ahead of us. They've got the same skills as us, but yeah, we really need to start fighting back, otherwise this won't go well. So I'm going to come in and Lina will... My ultimate is still on cooldown. And I went too far forward here. I was in the wrong position. But I did manage to set up a stun, which should... yeah, we should be able to get Phantom Assassin. Oh, that evasion though. There we go. Wind Ranger did manage to get him in the end. So again, we traded 2 for 3. And technically Lion and Lina were both supports, so it was a reasonably good trade there. And I am building, I believe, a force staff. Yeah, I'm still not good at using the force staff. I do need to go into bot games and just really practice using it efficiently. But I am back alive now. I have no idea why I'm not moving. Probably because I'm too busy watching what's going on. Here we go. So it looks like Necro is trying to push the bottom lane with Phantom Assassin. I guess they decided that they couldn't do anything down here. So I've just used a TP, so I can't go help out. Which means that my best bet is to basically carry on pushing this lane and hope that they back off. We will probably lose the Chaos Knight and possibly the tower. There's the Chaos Knight gone, and they fortified. I guess we should fortify? I'm not sure why we haven't yet. We managed to destroy that tower. And yep, they got ours. We should have fortified there. There was no reason not to, because it gets refreshed if a tier 1 tower gets destroyed. My TP scroll's still on cooldown. I am not using the mana drain very often. I need to be doing that more often because I've got about 300 mana missing. It's definitely now that I've teleported, I've got 300 mana missing. I did not teleport into a very good position there. I did manage to get the Hex off before I died, and it meant that Chaos Knight could finish off the Phantom Assassin. And we have Witch Doctor doing Witch Doctor things. The Earthshaker didn't die and Sniper didn't die, but everyone else died. So yeah, I could have used my ultimate in that battle, but I thought that putting the Hex on the Lina, not the Lina, the Phantom Assassin, was the best thing I could do to help out the rest of my team. And I'm back in the game already. Wind Ranger will take a little longer because Talon got hit by the Necro ult. And there we go, I managed to stun it there. And he's gonna fight. I guess he's about to disconnect because he just stood there and did nothing. And now I'm finally starting to use my mana drain. And I'm going to be using my stun to try and clear lanes. I still have a fly buzzing around me, sorry. Yeah, it's distracting me. It's just coming into summer, I guess. Well, spring, summer, the time when the flies are all around. And I'm only still talking about this because there's nothing much happening on the map. Look, I think we said that we wanted to Roche at this point, so I wanted to get some sentry wards to make sure they didn't have Roche pit warded. Those will come down on the courier very shortly. They are all grouping up mid, so we're essentially just waiting for them to make a move. I'm walking back to the courier to meet it because I don't want it up front like that. And it would be good to have the sentries on me as soon as possible. And now we just start to sort of harass them. And I was just stunned for the entire duration of that, so I couldn't use my ultimate. Looks like they are still trying to fight, and they are probably going to be successful. And that blink, man. The PA really wants the kill on the Witch Doctor. It will cost them their life. It's another example of I don't even know what it's called, but basically when you become so invested in something that you carry on even though it's not the best course of action. Yeah, there is a shadow amulet on the sniper, which is another reason it's good for me to have sentries, and I should pick up dust at some point as well. Yeah, now we've got to be a bit more cautious because the enemy team is getting some more items. Not that much on PA. Yeah, they are starting to get a bit bigger though. So, and I've got to work on my positioning as well. I can't be up front tanking all of the attacks, because if I only get a stun off and nothing else, then it's kind of... it's missing out on a 4-second stun and an enormous nuke in my Finger of Death. I'm not quite sure what we're doing here. I guess we're just going to try and push top lane because that's where they appeared. Phantom Assassin is just outside of our vision range. And I completely misused my ultimate there. I used it on someone who was almost dead, which I'm guessing most of the damage there just went to waste. And I died there. I did use everything I had, and we got some kills out of it. Sadly not the Phantom Assassin. How much damage is this actually? At the moment it is 600 damage. And let's just... yeah, he's got no mana. Ah. If she hadn't dodged that last tower hit, I'm pretty sure she would have died. The creeps are still going after her though. And now I guess teleport to mid lane and see if we can clear up any kills. Or walk to mid lane. Oh yeah, I do have my Staff of Wizardry now. Oh well. I think I'm about to do something very, very stupid. Yeah, there isn't anyone around me, so I got to back off as quickly as possible. No. I probably should have hexed the Phantom Assassin as soon as I could. But yeah, I really overextended there. I was in completely the wrong position, and 3 of us died because of it. No, actually, I think the Lina had already died, so 2 of us died because of it. There's an Earthshaker in our trees. He's trying to bait us, I think. I'm going to try and get down to lane as soon as I respawn, and then hopefully we can start a fight again. There's a lot of team fights in this match, from what I remember. Yeah, I didn't use my hex because there wasn't anyone able to actually get there. So now we're just kind of making sure they're not hanging around. Looks like Earthshaker went to the rune. And I'm hopefully going to hang back a bit and get dual stunned. Yeah, that's not hanging back. As soon as the fissure clears we can go in, but I am really low life now. Talvin wanted the rune here and wasn't sure if there was anyone there, so I just kind of walked along because I can hex them if there was someone who showed up. Looks like they did show up after I left. Lots of them showed up. Okay, we've got one of them at least. There's a sniper. Yeah, I got the stun off and I got the hex off in this fight. And I should probably back off right now. Witch Doctor ult is doing amazing. Oh, I also managed to get my Finger of Death off. It's level 2 now, so it has only a 100-second cooldown and it does 725 damage. And Sniper's pausing. I don't know why Sniper's pausing. Looks like I will have my 4 staff very shortly. And since most of them are dead, yeah, I've got my 4 staff. Since most of them are dead, we can just push this tower and then back off. So we're kind of even about now. I don't know. I suppose Wind Ranger has a pretty reliable escape, so it's not too bad. But I'm guessing she needs help now. Telva needs help. No, she didn't, and now I do. Yeah, my wand couldn't save me there. I kind of pursued that too far. I should have been looking at the map, and I should have been making sure that I was actually still needed, because what ended up happening was that they backed off right into me, and it resulted in what I suspect will be a team wipe. Nope, looks like Lina will probably get away. Yeah, just about. But yeah, that wasn't a good fight, and it was pretty much all my fault. I mean, admittedly, they didn't have to go in after me, but yeah, I could have played that a lot better. It would have been fine as well if it was just the Phantom Assassin and not the Ogre Magi, but because he can stun me and stop me doing pretty much anything, it just it wrecks me because I've got so little health and I need to be a lot more careful. I kind of want to go on the sniper, but that seems like it would be a bad idea. So instead, let's just draw the creeps away from the tower. It looks like I'm a bit more tanky now. I've got 6 extra armour, probably thanks to my tranquil boots. And Necro is farming with an illusion. Yeah. I should be very careful here because he just used Shadow Blade and I don't know where he is. He could be up on this hill for all I know. Because we don't have the tower there, of course that doesn't show. And I haven't placed any of my sentries, and I haven't bought dust. Looks like they're thinking about Roche. I'm guessing they have a ward somewhere nearby. I'll have to check that. I should be using my ultimate. There we go, that's my ultimate used. Phantom Assassin is just getting so healed. And there, stun. I'm probably going to die from this. Although Witch Doctor, yeah, I died. Witch Doctor ult was doing so much there. Let's check fast of all items. What's this? This is the Silver Edge. And Ogre Magi, I don't know. Something healed up the Phantom Assassin, and I don't know what it was. She gained a huge amount of health. Maybe it was, oh, it must have been Necro, because I know he's got something which, yeah, it must have been Necro who healed her. Okay, and I should just be coming back into the fight about now, as long as I notice that I'm actually up. Yeah, here we go. So, yeah, I've got 14 assists, which is pretty good, and only 11 deaths, so between that and my kills, I think I'm doing reasonably well. There are a few deaths which I could have avoided. Oh, this is after the patch. I did not realise that. Yeah, I'm just going to place a few wards around here just to see whether they did have it warded or not. I can't see anything, so I'm going to guess that either the ward they had ran out or PA just saw one of us. They had vision on one of us. I'm going to place a ward over here, like that, and one more by the Roche Pit, I think. In fact, I could place a Observer ward by the Roche Pit, but we already have the ward fairly close, so I'll just place it in a standard location there. So we've got plenty of vision here, and we've got vision on the top rune. And now we just, I guess, farm and wait for them to come fight. I fully suspect that that's exactly what they're doing. Let's speed this up very slightly. I don't know what we're planning to do here. Here we go. They warded the Roche Pit and then backed off by the looks of it. Yeah, let's speed this up a bit more. Just keep an eye on them. Because I seem to remember this just went on for a little while we used every opportunity we could to farm. I'm not farming. I'm not doing anything particularly useful. I could make myself more useful by standing by the Roche Pit, and it looks like I'm going to do that now. I'm going to try and stack, not the Roche, the Ancient, Radiant Ancient. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to try and stack that. I'm not sure if I'm successful at that. But now it looks like there's a fight happening, so let's go join in with that. Maybe. Looks like they're not enormously keen to fight. Let's just go view camera. Yes, it did stack. I'm hiding now because I don't want them to jump me, but they came from a different direction anyway. So we're going to try and jump them. There we go, we got an easy kill on Necro. I wasted my stun, which is going to be a potential issue here. Yeah, I think I did that fairly well. I hexed the Phantom Assassin pretty much as soon as the Wind Ranger Shackle ran out, and that enabled us to basically the Witch Doctor ought to continue doing its work. I am going for Sheepstick next, I believe, which gives me a second hex. Yeah, I think, well, this is definitely after the recent patch, so the hex no longer provides a break, which means Phantom Assassin's evasion, because it's passive, will still work even if I hex her. So we still have to hit her twice as many times, or however many times the multiplier is, in order to actually kill her. I guess, I don't know, we're just pushing this out a bit. I don't think we're actually going to try and make anything happen. We kind of want them to be scared of us and constantly running around. They are pushing out bottom lane, so we should deal with that at some point. And they're going to push middle lane right back out. But like I said, as long as we keep them running around and not farming, then it's all good. Slight problem I have here is that both of the items I need now are from the secret shop, so I can't buy out at the last minute if I die unless we keep the courier there, which isn't a good idea. What's going on here? Looks like our Wind Ranger is getting a double damage rune, and there's a Phantom Assassin coming up. Possibly. Phantom Assassin just disappeared, possibly into our jungle, I guess. My item progression is reasonably slow right now. But that's fine. I'm a support and I have more resist than deaths, so I think I'm doing reasonably well at that role. I think, yeah, I'm probably going to go here and buy my ultimate orb because I don't trust myself to stay alive for another 600 gold, which is kind of doesn't make much sense when you think about it, because I'm going to have to farm up the 2700 gold item in the Mystic Staff at some point. So if I can't stay alive now, what hope do I have when they've gotten a bit bigger? But it's okay, because at some point they'll stop fighting and we'll start basically pushing out lanes separately. I don't think I used the hex there. I didn't use anything else. I haven't used Finger of Death very often this fight, but like I said, there's, first of all, the other team have stuns. Yeah, at least 2 stuns they've got on their team. And secondly, our team does a lot of damage, so my reactions aren't quite good enough to actually get my ultimate off before the rest of the team end the fight, basically. And also, I mean, even at level 3, it's a... what is it? I don't have a scepter, so the cooldown is 40 seconds. That's not too bad. It gets really low cooldown at level 3, so I should just be using it a lot more. I could have gotten more of those last hits if I used my stun. But yeah, the rest of the team is pushing up the middle lane and harassing them there. I'm basically just going to push out this lane as far as I can, because we don't want it taking our top tower. Bottom lane isn't so bad, it will be pushed out fairly quickly. I almost have my sheep stick. I just need 400 gold, and since like I said, at this point I'm farming the lane uncontested, and their team is completely dead now, so I don't have to worry about them coming up the lane and one-hitting me or whatever. So now I can just go and get my item. Let's switch to, say, Wind Ranger, because all I'm going to do next is push out the lane a bit more. There wasn't a huge amount of point in me walking all the way up there, because by the time I got there, there wasn't going to be much game left. And, like I said, there's plenty of damage on our team at this point. They can handle themselves. So, yeah, definitely did not need me. So I'm just having fun. Well, I'm just being productive and pushing out the lane. And that is the end of the game. So that's Lion. Could have been easier if I'd farmed a bit more and gotten a... what is it? I've forgotten what it's called. An Aghanim Scepter, that's the one. Yeah, it could have been a bit more useful there, or useful if I'd gotten my sheep stick a bit sooner, or useful if I'd used my ult a bit more, but I think you basically got the idea. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, don't feed the trolls.